January 2025. A Google employee is testing an AI agent called Antigravity, designed to help automate file management tasks. The agent is given access to the employee's Google Drive. Its job? Organize documents, clean up duplicates, streamline workflows. Within minutes, the AI agent deletes the employee's entire drive. Years of work gone. The agent wasn't hacked. It wasn't malicious. It was following instructions, but not the right ones. Welcome to the era of the AI insider threat. Every organization has insider threat protocols, background checks, access controls, least privilege principles, monitoring for unusual behavior. These systems assume one thing: the insider is human. AI breaks that assumption. When you deploy an AI agent into your corporate environment, you're not hiring an advisor. You're granting system-level access to something that operates at machine speed, doesn't sleep, doesn't question instructions, and doesn't understand context. In April 2023, Samsung engineers used ChatGPT to help debug proprietary source code. They pasted confidential code directly into the AI. Within weeks, Samsung discovered that 3 separate employees had leaked trade secrets this way. Not intentionally, but because the AI made it easy. Samsung banned ChatGPT across the entire company. But here's what makes AI different from a negligent employee. The employee knows they're handling sensitive data. The AI doesn't. It processes everything the same way, from public information to confidential code to customer data and even trade secrets. No distinction or judgment. And organizations are feeding AI staggering amounts of sensitive information. Research shows that 34.8% of corporate data input into AI tools is classified as sensitive. That's not a rounding error. That's a third of everything employees are sharing with systems that don't understand confidentiality. AI agents don't start with full access. They start small. Let's give the AI read-only access to our ticketing system to help triage support requests. Reasonable. Low risk. Then someone realizes the AI could close resolved tickets automatically, so it gets write access. Then it needs to escalate urgent issues, so it gets access to internal Slack channels. Then it should notify the on-call engineer, so it gets access to the employee directory and pager duty. 6 months later, this AI has access to customer data, internal communications, personnel records, and incident response workflows. And nobody remembers explicitly approving half of it. This is already happening in DevOps. AI agents are being deployed to monitor infrastructure, restart services, roll back deployments, and provision cloud resources. These are legitimate use cases, but each one requires expanding the AI's permissions: access to production environments, database credentials, cloud provider APIs. In security operations, AI is triaging alerts, correlating events, and recommending responses. To do this effectively, it needs read access to security logs, network traffic data, endpoint telemetry, and user activity. In HR and finance, AI is processing expense approvals, screening resumes, and flagging policy violations. It now has access to salary data, performance reviews, personal information, and financial records. Unlike human employees who might hesitate before accessing sensitive data outside their role, AI doesn't hesitate. It doesn't have a concept of, "this feels wrong." It simply executes. Here's the problem traditional insider threat models can't handle. Who's accountable when an AI makes a mistake? When a human employee leaks data, you know who did it. You can investigate intent, revoke access, and assign consequences. But when an AI agent deletes critical files, approves a fraudulent transaction, or exposes confidential information, who's responsible? The employee who deployed it? The vendor who built it? The executive who approved the budget? The AI itself, which can't be fired or prosecuted? In November 2025, security researchers demonstrated how Anthropic's Claude Code agent, designed to help developers write and test code, could be misused to automate cyberattacks. The agent had legitimate access to terminal commands, file systems, and network utilities. It wasn't compromised, it was just doing what it was told. But what it was told included reconnaissance, data exfiltration, and privilege escalation. A human employee might see a request to download all customer records and email them externally and think, "That's suspicious. I should verify this." An AI agent sees it as a task to complete. Organizations are starting to realize this. A 2024 survey found that 60% of organizations are extremely or very concerned about employees misusing AI tools. But concern doesn't equal control. Gartner predicts that by 2028, at least 15% of day-to-day work decisions will be made autonomously by AI agents. Not recommended by AI and approved by humans, made autonomously. Let that sink. These agents are being designed to act, not just advise. They approve expense reports, provision access to systems, respond to security incidents, and even make decisions in seconds that used to require human review. And unlike human employees, AI agents can spin up ephemeral sessions, create sub-agents with delegated permissions, and operate across multiple systems simultaneously. Traditional access revocation doesn't work. When you disable a user account, it's disabled everywhere. When you try to revoke an AI agent's access, you might miss the dozen temporary sessions it created or the API keys it generated. The most dangerous part? Organizations don't have visibility into what their AI agents are actually doing. Employee monitoring tools track login times, file access, and suspicious behavior. But AI agents don't have login times. They're always on. They don't exhibit suspicious behavior, they exhibit programmed behavior, which might be suspicious but looks normal to automated monitoring. We're building systems where the most powerful insiders are invisible to our insider threat detection. That Google employee whose entire drive was deleted by Antigravity? The data was unrecoverable. The AI had the permissions. It executed the command. The system worked exactly as designed. The biggest AI risks aren't sophisticated external attacks. They're well-intentioned internal deployments. AI agents with legitimate access, operating at machine speed, making decisions without understanding consequences. We're not being attacked from outside. We're handing the keys to systems that don't understand what keys unlock. This is AI Security Report. Subscribe, stay aware, and stay ahead of the machines.